Welcome to This Podcast is Making Me Thirsty, the number one destination for Seinfeld fans. This is Two Up and Two Down. Here's our producer, Chris, to start us off.
All right, thanks for tuning back into Two Up and Two Down. And today we have The Glasses from season 5. Chris, why don't you start us off here with your first up?
Yeah, third episode of season 5. We all know about season 5, kind of the gold standard. Not many, kind of just a straight line of great episodes. But you know the deal, guys. We got to give 2 ups and 2 downs for The Glasses. So it's just an interesting one. I mean, there's a lot of ups, but they're kind of. I don't want to take a full carry. I'm going to go little lines here because there's actually a lot of scenes. So I don't want to bundle too many scenes here. We can get that to the grade, but I always loved Elaine. I love this the air conditioner talk in the beginning, and Elaine going, "She's a little hot." I love that voice and how she kind of shakes her body and talking about Amy and the air conditioner. Obviously, after the whole discussion about it, loved Elaine. It's just kind of a nice solid addition to kind of discuss why they're getting the air conditioner, and then her kind of just taking those little jabs at Jerry, which rarely happen, but it was great to see. So Elaine is my first up. She's a little hot.
Yeah, Elaine needling Jerry there with a little jab there, like you said. Yeah, good one. Tony, over to you. What's your first up?
Glasses, season 5. This is why, if you want to know the difference between a good season 5 episode and a bad season 9 episode, I'm going to give you my first up, and it's the opening stand-up. I'll take opening stand-up that's funny over a dumb cold open any day of the week. It's what the show is built on. It's the premise of the show. You want to call it a show about nothing, whatever. The show is about a comedian, how he gets his material. We show Jerry on stage. I love this Jerry stand-up. I use it all the time. I mean, it's literally like, it might as well be my mantra. Night guy versus day guy. Night guy stays up late. Night guy always screws morning guy. That's just a great premise, a great joke by Jerry, real tight. Everyone gets it. Night guy don't care about day guy. Night guy's out having fun, doing his thing. Screws day guy, screws morning guy every day. Love the opening stand-up. And I can go on and on for days with ups, but I want to stick with that one just because it shows you what a good stand-up can do versus what a bad cold open can do. If you're going to use those 30 seconds or whatever it is, a minute, let's get Jerry on stage telling a funny joke rather than some baloney, some bullcrap cold open we all don't like. So that's my first up, is the Jerry stand-up night guy versus morning guy routine.
All right, yeah, thanks, Tony. I think that's one of your better analysis there about why we like the show to begin with. So Chris, over to you. Your second up.
Yeah, listen, that's what 2 Up's all about. We're not just going to give you lines and characters. We're going to go a little deeper here. It could be themes. It could be stand-up. So, again, beauty of the show. As I jump back to characters here, but for me, I'm going to go Kramer, not fully Kramer, but Kramer, his line, retail is for suckers. Just his ability, I don't know what it is. His connections, he's just a well-connected individual. I think that's just Kramer, his openness, whether it's in the building or just his connections throughout the city. He got the 30% discount for the Commando 8, right? He got the 30% discount for J&T Optical, which I don't want to, if Tony wants to take that one, but his connections, his just like, retails for suckers. Like he always knows where to go, who to talk to. It kind of touches back with even, with the watch guy in Columbus, Jimmy Sherman. Like he always knows somebody and he's always going to get a deal. And then obviously some of those deals kill George in the airport and stuff like that. But again, loyal friend, always looking out for Jerry. Retail is for suckers kind of Kramer theme is my second up.
All right, yeah, good point there, and nice up. Tony, back to you. What do you have for your second up?
Yeah, love the K-Man. Always finding something. Good point. And yeah, I am going to take it. I mean, friend of the show, Tim Stack. Great scene with the K-Man. I'll just stick to the one scene when he comes over there, hopped up on cinnamon swirls, the callback to Diggy Donuts, the callback to Joe's Fruit. Those callbacks are good. We're in the moment with both those callbacks. We're not going too far back from a 9 to a Vandalay callback in a season 9. Doesn't make any sense. This is just the K-Man coming in strong. Like, you remember this? You hopped up, you had 3 of these for breakfast, chasing it down with cinnamon swirls. I mean, going after Tim Stack. I love it. Can't think, not a better guy in the world than Tim Stack. Love talking to him. Always supporting us on Twitter. So I got to give a shout out and got to give an up there. It's really the K-Man, but it's the Tim Stack scene and the whole, hopped up on cinnamon swirls line and call back to Dicky Donuts and, had to get you onto Joe's Fruit. I mean, just great delivery there. And the whole scene is just perfect. So that's my second up.
Yeah, great. Great mention there with Tim Stack. Again, another episode, an interview that our fans should definitely be checking out. So, Downs. Chris, back to you. Start us off with the Downs.
It's funny. Tony mentioned as an up was the opening stand-up. I'm going to give a down with the closing stand-up. The whole glasses at the mall bit, $75, I'll give you 72. Like, it felt rushed. I don't even know what the joke is really with the glasses at the mall, and he touched on it's competing with 1 hour photo. Like, is that a thing, or are people going to malls just getting glasses like they're getting photos? I don't know. And again, listen, I've been to a million malls, you name it, in the early 90s. I didn't feel that vibe. It felt just it felt rushed, like they just kind of need to get some sort of glasses joke in there. So it's the complete opposite of, Dayman Nightman. I hear you there. So, but I did put it. Last stand up just didn't fit. It fit for the show, but it wasn't funny. So that's my first down.
All right, thanks. And Tony, to you, what's your first down?
I actually agree with that. I didn't like that last stand up either. I didn't write it down as a down, but I do agree with it. In fact, I only wrote 2 downs down, so I'm glad you didn't take one there. My first down is the guy with the dog. I mean, that guy was weird. I'm sorry, a little odd. Didn't like anything really about it. Here's the thing: the sorry guy, with the cane, like that, little odd, little off, but worked. This dog guy, don't just never like this dog guy. I don't know what it is about this dog guy. I don't like him. It's really his first scene. His second scene when George talks to him is a little bit better, but I don't know. This dog guy always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And to be honest with you, downs were hard to find in this episode. And so maybe I'm nitpicking a bit here. But I don't love the dog guy. I think I don't want to say it's the actor, but I just don't love that whole thing. Like, Elaine, we're not going to get there because you already did ups, but Elaine in the doctor's office, I liked, but this whole dog bite thing just became they had to have her get bit to make the rabies jokes later on, which were funny, but I don't just love this dog guy. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. So, kind of an odd down, but that's my down. The guy that owns the dog.
I'll agree. It was odd. So there you go. There's your down. All right. So Chris, your second down, please.
Dog guy, huh? For me, I have a couple weird down, but all right. You know what? The first scene at the window, it kind of felt like a cold open. And this is season 5, which was odd. Obviously, it's Gamble and Prost. So, them sitting at the window talking about ever spit on someone. And I get it. They kind of tie that back later. Like, oh, should we spit on the dog guy? Like, but I don't know. If this was all about the air conditioner and the Commando 8 coming, they could have been by the window, like sweaty, something different, but it just felt just a little non-season 5-ish, a little cold open, which it just didn't really tie into the show. Like, do you want to spit on someone? Like, I don't know. Little odd. So for me, it's a slight down. And, season 5 is usually much more tighter and concise, with obviously the directing and the writing. So for me, that just felt a little short. That first scene, which honestly, I watched it again, I didn't even remember it. So that's kind of why it felt like a cold open, if you will.
Thank you, Chris, for that. And Tony, back to you. Give us your second down, please.
My second down, and again, I'm not like, it's not a huge one. Again, we got to find downs in this episode. I found it hard to find downs in this episode, to be honest with you. It's season 5. It's a solid episode. It's just straight start to finish. Really solid episode. And I just think the Amy Skyler, I'm using Skyler from the Breaking Bad guys. It's not the best storyline with Jerry. I think it kind of, I don't know. The pulling Uncle Leo into it, I don't know. I feel like there's something about the scenes that seem disjointed from the rest of the episode to me. I can't really put it together. I know the reason why they're doing it is because George spotted her kissing the horse or whatever it might be, Jeffrey. But it's one of those that Jerry didn't have something to do, so they gave him this thing, and he did it a couple of times where, I didn't like him on the couch with her early on when he was like really grilling her. It's like, dude, George saw something, like, relax, man. And he went all in on her, like called her out on it before knowing anything. And then the Paul Steinman to the park stuff with Uncle Leo. Aha, gotcha. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find downs, and they're not strong, but I just think it just wasn't great. I don't think Amy was the best in this. Skyler, people don't love her in Breaking Bad either. I didn't mind her in Breaking Bad, to be honest with you. This though didn't play that great. It was kind of just a Jerry. I mean, Jerry doesn't have to have, cut the bull, sister. He said, swap and spit. Want to get some pizza stuff. I'll give him some of that, but he did it twice and kind of played it out a little bit. Pulled in Uncle Leo into it, which, I don't know. That's my second down, is the whole Amy kissing the horse, Jerry calling her out type stuff.
No, I agree. I did jot that down as a down myself. The cousin Jeffrey Amy side story. So I do like that down. So let's wrap this up. Give us your final thoughts and grades on the glasses. And Chris, what do you have?
Yeah, I just love Jerry's line now. They lied. But anyway, yeah, Anna Gunn, didn't like her with Jerry, didn't like her with Walter White, not a fan. So, I mean, she would be another down, if you will. Just, I don't know, something about her is off. She's welcome on the show anytime, but it doesn't matter. It's an interesting episode, and even like George eating the onion, a little much. Like, who the fuck would eat an onion? I mistake that for an apple. Are you kidding me? But I gotta tell you, Elaine brought it. I mentioned she's a little hot. That whole thing, petting the dog, bang bang, dog bite, shot, screaming at George, "I was bit by a dog," and then going after Kramer, "You stupid hipster doofus!" Right? Bringing back the hipster doofus thing. I believe Jay McInerney coined that term, a friend of the show, at a party with Larry David. So there's a lot of good stuff. Tim Stack, all-timer, of course. Commando 8, of course. Everyone loves that, the whole thing. The Glasses is a B. It's season 5. It's not A material. We know that. Even the Lady Glasses bit, Rance Howard, George running out of the thing. His glasses are up there the whole time. It's one of those, you're never going to turn it off. You always, the glasses on, you're going to watch it. J&T Optical. To Tony's point, when he gets a pizza, like twice, there's fun lines. It's an enjoyable show. But is it A level? No. Is it even B plus level? No. It's in that, 83, 84, 86 kind of, if I put it on a number grade, B. And B's good, especially in season 5, man, because season 5 brings it. So, B for the glasses.
All right. I actually agree with everything you just said, including the grade. So thank you, Chris. Tony, you have the same thoughts? Anything to add?
Well, I got to give a grade, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Tim Stack, love it. The Tappan Zee Bridge shout out. I need spotting dimes. I don't know what the hell is going on. 12,000 BTUs of raw cooling power installed with Kramer. I don't know. I got a lot here. George mentioning Kramer's name for the discount and then coming back to Elaine. George, they're discounting here. Relax. Elaine tried to chime in with the who bit me thing with the dog. And George is like, they're discounting here. I love the Jerry line. He was running from a bee when they call out George hurting himself. I mean, I'm going a little higher. I'm giving the glasses a B plus. I think, I couldn't find any downs. Put it that way. I mean, you can't find any downs. You got to start somewhere with that, right? You're starting probably at the B. O'Hara mentioned right off the bat. It's season 5, barely any downs. You're never turning it off. All that's to say we're at B, right? I'm bumping it up a little bit more. Just with some of those lines I just mentioned. I think I'm giving Elaine even more credit. The rabies stuff with the foaming at the mouth and the hipster doofus O'Hara mentioned. The dog guy aside, I think the doctor was kind of funny. No shot, dog bite, woof woof. Yeah, I mean, I could see a B, but I think I'm going to go a little bit higher, and I'm going to give the glasses a B plus.
All right, well there you have it, fans. B plus. The Glasses, good episode. So check it out. And thank you for checking out our podcast. And we'll see you at the next episode.